Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Edwin. Today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create this cool image carousel that you can use on your website design. We're going to be working on Adobe XD for this project. And as always, I'm going to include a link to this file for you to download it absolutely free. Okay, so let's get to work. All right, to begin, we're going to start off with a web-based artboard. You could use mobile or a tablet, doesn't really matter. The concept's still the same. But I just wanted to use a web-based artboard because it's, I guess, a lot easier to just to show what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two squares, evenly sized squares for the images. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see, you could just select the square icon, holding down the shift, and just drag out a square. And then we're just going to center it. Holding the Alt key, I'm going to just drag out another one. Okay, let's bring this one in a little bit. And I'm going to hold down the shift, select both of them just so I can make it perfectly even in the screen. And then I'm going to hold the Alt key and just copy another two. There you go. So that's my 4 squares. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the images in each of the squares where I have here on the left-hand side of your screen. So I'm going to take the image of Park 1, place it in here. Park 2, Park 3, and Park 4. Now, in the intro, you noticed how I had the first 2 images large, and then the images that were about to come in next were very small. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink these 2. So what I like to do is I just like to see the size of this one is 804. And I'm just going to shrink, I'm going to cut it down in half. So you could just move over to your right-hand side where your components are, your transform key. Click on the lock aspect, and then you could just cut this in half. Half of 804 is 402. And just hit enter, and it will just do everything for you. All you need to do is just center it. We're going to do this same thing here. It's going to be 402. Let's click the lock icon here. 402, and there you go. So what you could do now is there you go. Okay, so now it's perfectly even. It's perfectly centered, and the space between each image is exactly the same. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of the images, holding the shift key, and then I'm going to group it together. And then I'm going to copy this artboard a couple more times. You got it, one here, and we have it here. So now this is artboard 1, artboard 2, artboard 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shift all the images to the left-hand side. So when we swipe, the images move along with it. So what I like to do is, and you necessarily don't have to do this, obviously, but I like to add shadow to each of the images. That's just my preference. You don't necessarily have to do it. It just, for me, it just makes the images look pretty cool. And then I just move over, add some drop shadow. You notice here on the right hand side of your panel, all the way to the bottom, under effects, you could just click on drop shadow. Let me see. Let me just delete these so I don't have to just do everything all over again. So I'm just hold Alt and drag it out. And there you go. So now these images have drop shadow. I don't have to just go to every image and add it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move these images over once. So what we're going to do is we're going to shrink this to 402. 402. We're going to center it. And then we're going to move this over, keep it centered. We're going to increase this one to 804. 804. And we're going to make sure it's center and the spaces between. And then this one, we're going to just move it to the side. Well, not that. Okay, this one, move it to the side, make sure it's centered. And okay, perfect. So this looks about right. Okay. And then this image here is going to move, everything is going to be to the left hand side, and we're just going to have the last two images here. So what we're going to do is we're going to shrink these first. 402, enter, center, 402, let's have this one center. And this one is going to be 804. 804. And just make sure it's centered. Just make sure it's 70. We'll move everything here, and this is going to be 804 also. And make sure everything is okay. Okay, everything is 70 here. And let's just move these over. 70, 70, and then let's just move this in. 109. Okay, so yeah, that looks just about right. So let's connect all of these. Let's go move over to prototype, top left hand corner, and let's just connect these. So we're going to click on the images, not the artboard, the images, and we're going to drag it onto artboard 2. And then artboard 2, we're going to click the images again, and we're going to drag it to artboard 3. And let's click on the first artboard, and on the upper right hand corner, you're going to see the desktop preview. You're going to click on it, and let's see how that looks. Oh, looks great. Oh, we got one problem though. We can't scroll back. Why is that? So let's see. So when you're on the top artboard, you're going to scroll to the left. It's going to take you to this screen. When you scroll to the left again, it's going to take you to this screen. But you can't connect this one. You could connect this one, but you won't be able to connect the second artboard to the first. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this one. Make sure you click on the design tab, and you could just hold the Alt and just drag up another one. And what we're going to do is go back to prototype, click on the images, and then you're going to drag this one onto the fourth artboard, and then click on the images on the fourth artboard and drag it onto the starting point. So let's see how that looks. Okay. So that starting point, we're dragging. Notice the animation. Beautiful. I hope you got some value from this tutorial. If you're interested in learning more about using tools for design such as Adobe, hit that like and subscribe button for more tutorials and insights on the world of creative design. Until next time.